and he actually just made it from Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yes, sir. Woo woo.
Tell us a little bit about how the show went and everything.
Well, as always, shout out to ICP, and a special shout out to Twisted for this year's Dirty Dirty South concert they threw with me, Ritz, Jelly Roll, Haystack, Project Pat. This is my third year going to the Gathering, so I came prepared this year. I came with a shit ton of merch. We got there, a night early, posted up, and just pretty much grinded it all out all day, selling merch, selling CDs, signing autographs, pictures, shaking babies and all that type of stuff. And the show was phenomenal, man. We had I'd say about 2,300 people at our stage, and yeah, it was awesome, man. Jelly went on before me, and Ritz went on after me. And Project Pet tore it down afterward. It was a good show, man. I actually got to see a little bit of Ghetto Boys show. Ghetto Boys put on a good show. I've always wanted to see them live. I got to see that. That was a good thing. Yeah, so it was a damn good gathering. Woo woo! Shout out to all the Juggalos, man. Real talk.
Juggalos, they've got sort of a reputation for throwing shit basically at people they don't like. Did any of that happen this year?
There's actually two different ways they throw shit. If they throw a Faygo at you and it's open, and it's actually slinging Faygo out as it hits the stage and it weighs, half a pound,
yeah,
they got love for you. That's their sign of respect, actually. I had to get shit broken down to me. If you get hit with a 2-liter that is closed, they want you off that fucking stage.
Right, yeah.
If you get hit with a beer bottle, they want you off that fucking stage. If a bottle of water flies on stage, usually that's that sign of respect. Like, hey, you need some water because I'm parched, man, and I just thought you could have mine. But yeah, I'm lucky to say, and I'm not trying to jinx myself next year, knock on some wood, 3 years in a row I ain't had a fucking thing thrown on my stage, and that's just because we rock it from the second we get on there, and we don't give them a chance to throw nothing because it's just too crunk. We give them a good show every year, and this show I think was real good. I did some stuff I still doubted. I did a lot of stuff, some new shit, old shit. So once again, salute to the Juggalos, ICP, Twisted, whole Psychopathic Records, man. Nothing but love from white music. Y'all know what it is. You know what it is.
Now, you linked up the other night in Atlanta with Juicy J at his show.
Yes, sir.
How did that go, and when are we going to hear you and him on another track together?
The show was off the fucking meat rack, as I said earlier. The shit was crazy. Juicy had the house packed. There was at least 1,200 people in this club that maybe held 1,000. It was packed, and it was the what's it called, the Smokers Tour. Smokers Tour, yeah. Juicy J's on the Smoker Tour. Look him up. Might be in a city near you. Shit, he was in Atlanta, and I didn't even find out till the day of, and we mashed up there, and it was off the chain, man. They had Chevy Woods in the house. Shout out to the whole Taylor gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Juice. Ran into Killer Mike at the show. A little scrappy. You know what I'm saying? So just being down here in Atlanta, man, you can really just go out and link up with people every night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the most part, the show was off the chain, and something soon for me and Juicy will be coming. Possibly a Psych remix. Possibly. I'm not getting into that 100% yet, but yeah, me and Juicy definitely gonna record some more. People that don't know, there's no Hypnotized Minds production on the new album, still doubted, so that's why he's probably asking me that. White Music produced the whole thing. Paul and Juicy gave me the opportunity to do my own album. I did it. It's jamming. Go buy it. You love it. But yeah, one of the next albums I work on will definitely have some Paul and Juicy production, definitely.
Still Doubted just came out recently. There it is. It's a fucking awesome CD if you ask me. How did you go about the process of making this? What was your overall goal and message for this album?
Overall goal was really to produce an album that Paul and Juicy would be proud of without their production on it. I wanted them to see that all the knowledge that they've poured into my little high-ass brain for the last 10 years, I've been absorbing it. I'm not one of the people that... I let a lot of shit flying one ear and out the other, but when it's stuff that I know I'll use down the road, I do hang on to that little shit. And over the years, I've watched Paul and Juicy produce album after album after album. I've sat in the studios while they make tracks for all these great artists and turn around and sell them for thousands of dollars. And, this is one of them albums where I really just wanted to... I literally called Paul, look, man, it's been since '09 since I dropped an album. I've been touring like crazy. I'm ready to get back in the studio. I know y'all are busy as shit. Juicy's got his Taylor Gang thing finna pop. Let me do this album on my own. And Paul was like, let me go get a hold of Juice. I'll give you a holler back. And you know, just that was a lot of my motivation for the album. Just having the guys behind me. You know, 10 years down the road, Paul and Juice giving me the opportunity to do an album. That was the motivation alone. Not only that, I wanted to show the fans that there's a lot of whack rappers out here, and this little dude over here has got that heat. And I was tired of just listening to everything. That really had a lot to do with it. Me and Part1 were sitting around the studio one day. I was like, it's time to drop an album, man. There's too much bullshit out here. And you know who you are. You know who you are. You're sitting at home right now counting some good money, but that's all you're going to get because you're a one-hit wonder, but it's cool. But yeah, that was the real motivation. I really just wanted to make a jamming album. Then I wanted to put some good features on it. You know, the album's got a lot of good features. I wanted to really work with a lot of like artists that I liked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like Young Buck, Pastor Troy, Bubba Sparks, like people that I feel, not only that, you know, more of my generation of artists that I looked up to growing up and shit. I wanted to do an album, and you know, I have Al Capone on my album. He's like a Memphis legend. For anybody that don't know who Al Capone is, he wrote Whoop That Trick in Hustle and Flow. And I mean, he's a Memphis icon. He's a godfather. So I mean, to have him on the album, that shit alone right there is legendary.
So of course you mentioned you had a lot of good features in your album. Bubba K, I mean, a lot of people have been waiting on that for a long time. Young Buck, as you said.
Yeah.
One question I have is, when are we going to get the next Jelly Roll and Lil Wyte track?
Actually, Jelly is supposed to be sending me something soon, so you'll be getting something from me and Jelly soon. I think he's working on a new mixtape. I know him and Shamrock just did a banger for his album, for Shamrock's album. So I mean, it's definitely coming soon. Shout out to Jelly Roll. Follow Jelly Roll on Twitter at JellyRoll615.